Three quantities. Welcome to this lesson. Subscribe, share to as many friends as you can. Three quantities P, Q, R are such that P varies directly as the square of Q and inversely as the square root of R. Given that P is equal to 20 when Q is equal to 5 and R is equal to 9, find P when Q is equal to 7 and R is equal to 10. For marks, this is a paper 2 question. So this year, expect this kind of question. Expect a question from variation formula and the variation that one expect. So let's see. We have how many types of variations? We have partial variation, we have direct variation, we have indirect, which we call inverse variation. So you need to see which one is which. Which one is this? Is this direct, combined, direct and inverse, partial? So you need to know all of this. So three quantities PQ are such that P varies directly. So if P varies directly, then the P is directly inverse, varies directly as the square of Q. So directly as the square of Q. So Q square. Because that's a direct inverse, the direct variation. Direct variation. And inversely is 1 over that, and inversely at the square root of R. So inversely over 1 over the square root of R. So that is what we need. Now let us remove the sign of proportionality by introducing a constant K. So P is equal, when we introduce a constant K, we remove the sign of proportionality. So K, Q2 square divided by the square root of R. Very good. So now the next thing is to find the value of K when P is 20, when Q is 5 and R is equal to 9. So when P is 20, K, Q will be 5 squared divided by the square root of 9. So that means that 20 is equal to 25K, we divide by 3. The square root of 9 is 3. Now we multiply both sides by 3 times 3 times 3. So 60 is equal to 25K divided by 25 divided by 25. So K is equal to 2.4. So our K is 2.4. Now let us find P when Q is 7. Now that we have K, now we are going to just substitute on the formula. Now what will be P when? So P will be K, which is 2.4 times Q will be 7 times 7 squared. We divide by the square root of 25. Yes. Now this one is 117.6. We divide by 5. And the B will be 23.52. 23.52. As simple as that, you get your 4 marks. If you have a problem in variation, tafadhali revise. Go back to Form 3 and revise. It's a very important topic. If Q is increased by, Q increased by 20% and R decreased by 36%, find the percentage change in P. Find the percentage change in P. Percentage change. So to get the percentage change, we know, now let us give this one as P1 is equal to K Q square over the square root of R. That's our Q, our P1. So we will have now our P2, which is going to be K Q square, we can give it a 2 over square root R 2. So this one is going to be the second after increase. So after increase, we are going to have P2. Before increase is P1, right? So you can even put 1 here to indicate that this is 1, because the constant will be the constant, doesn't change. Now let us increase. So P2 is going to be, we are going to increase P by 20. When you increase, initially it is 100%, so it is going to be now 120. So we are going to have 120 over 100 K Q square 2. We divide by the square root. This one was decreased by 36%. So when you decrease by 36%, that is 100 minus 36, that is 64 over 100. So we are going to have 64 over 100 R2. Yes, that's what we are going to have. So next, let's make divide by this. So we are going to have P2 is equal to, this is 1.2 divided by times 1.2 K Q22 over the square root of this is going to be 0.8. This is 0.64. The square root taken is 0.8 square root R 2. So divide by the numbers. Just divide the numbers. So it means, let me go to the side. So remember Q was squared. Therefore, whatever answer we are going to get here should be squared. So what we have here is squared. Tafadhali remember that. Because this Q was squared, so when it is going to be squared. The answer here is going to be squared. So this is one. P2 is equal to 1.44. If you divide by that one, K Q2, K is Q square 2 over R2 over 8, 0.8. So P2, you divide by this, 1.44 divided by 0.8, you get 1.8, 1.8 K Q22 divided by root R2. Remember, it was squared. You must remember to square. Please don't forget that. Now what we have is P2. But how do you get a percentage? So percentage, increase or decrease, is equal to P1, the original, minus P2 divided by P1 times 100. That one gives us the percentage in decrease or decrease. So percentage now increase is equal to 1, because here is 1. The coefficient here is 1. For P1, the coefficient is 1. Here the coefficient is 1.8 minus 1.8 divided by 1 times 100. So you find that this one is negative 0.8 times 100. So when it is negative, it means it was a decrease. When it is negative, it means it was a decrease. So we are going to have now a 0.8 times 100, and that one will give you 8%. So because it was negative, then you say a decrease of 80%, a decrease of 80%. You don't write negative 180. No, you write it as a decrease. Write down the first 5 terms of an expansion in this one. The first times when you expand, let us expand this one. You start with the first term. So it's going to be 1 raised to power 5. And then the second term, you open bracket, x over 5 over 3 raised to power 0. Then second, because it is subtraction, tunaanza na positive minus positive minus positive minus as it moves on. So we are going to have 1 raised to power 4 now. The first term decreases to the right. The second term increases to the right. So tunaanza 0, inaanza 5, 4. So the second term would be x over 3 raised to power 1 plus negative plus negative wakati iko minus 1 raised to power 3 x over 3 raised to power 2 minus 1 raised to power 2 x over 3 raised to power 3 to the first 5. 1 1 2 3 4, the first 5. This is the last one, the first 5. X 3 raised to power 4. These are the first 5. We need to follow instructions as we were asked to. Write down the first 5 terms. The first 5. 1 2 3 4 5. Then from there, anything raised to power 0 is 1. So this is going to be 1 minus x over 3 plus x square over 9. When you square x, this squares this, this squares this. Then minus the cube of x cube divided by 27, because this the cube of 3 is 27. The cube of x is that plus. This is x cube, then plus x raised to power 4 over 81. 3 raised to power 4 is 81. Now the next thing is to put the coefficients of 2 power 5. The coefficients of power 5. The coefficients are 1, 5. Yes, 1, 5. 10, 10, 5, and 1. So here we are. The final now expansion is 1 minus 5x over 3. 5x over 3 plus 10x squared over 9 minus 10x cubed over 27 plus 5x raised to power 4 over 81, and that is the expansion. Now use the expansion. Using the first 3 terms of the expansion, find the value of this to this. So we are going to use this expansion to solve this, but first we need to get to know what this means. This one is actually this, so what it means that 1.01 raised to power 5 is equal to 1 minus x over 3 raised to power 5. So because we are going to use this expansion to solve this, then they are related. The simple way to do this, we want the value of x, the power and the power, they are 5, so cancel them out. So you cancel them out, so we remain with 1.01 is equal to 1 minus x over 3. Then like terms together, bring 1 this side. So 1.01 minus 1 is equal to minus x over 3 first. So what we are going to mean here is with 0.1 is equal to negative x over 3. We want x times 3 times 3. So 0.3 is equal to negative x. We don't have negative x. We don't want negative x. Is it 0.0? Oh, it is 0.0. Sorry, 0.01. So this one is going to be 0.03. This is 0, yeah. So we don't want negative. the x, we want x, so you divide by negative process, so x is equal to negative 0.03. 0.03 is the negative is our value of x. Now what we do, we substitute this on this equation for the first three. First three in 1, 2, 3. So it is 1 minus 5 into negative 0.03 cross, we divide by 3 plus 10 into negative 0.03 cross, divide by 9. The first time 1, 2, 3, tumemaliza the first 1, 2, 3 because tumeambiwa hivyo. We have been asked to use the first 3 times. You don't need to do otherwise. So when you mark, this one is going to be 1 minus this negative is going to be positive. So finally utapata hapa ni 0.05 plus 0.001. This one is 1, this is this, and this is this. Then you were asked to first relate to 4 decimal places. 4 decimal places. So you add that and you find it is 1.0510. 4 decimal places, 1, 1, 2, 3. So this one 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 decimal places. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you add a 0 to make sure it is 4 decimal places. And that is after you are finished, you need to check whether your expansion was okay, whether your answer is fine. What do? You bring your calculator. Where is my calculator? It's here. Then you confirm that actually 1.01 raised to power 5, the answer is this. You need to confirm and mark yourself before you are going to be marked for. So you put your calculator there and then press 1.01 raised to power 5, and then you confirm that you have done the right thing, right? Very good. You confirm that you have done the right thing. It's the same. The table below shows the length in centimeters of plant of a particular species of tomato. You can see the table. We have been given the length, that is the class, frequency, 12, 14, 24, like that. Using 69 as the assumed mean, calculate the mean. So we are using 169. This time round, they have drawn the table for you. So it is very going to be easy. The table is okay. So let us get the midpoint. To get the midpoint, you add 152 plus 156 and then you divide by 2. That one will give 154. So 154, because you can see the class interval is 10. Is it a 10? We can find out. You count like this. We start with 52, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. So you can see the class interval is 5. So we are going to add 5 to kienda chini. So plus 5 is 159, plus 5, 164, plus 5, 169, plus 5, 174, plus 5, 179. So once you confirm that the class interval, the class is the same, then you just add as you move on. Then t is equal x minus, this is our x minus 169. So the first one will be negative 15. So the next one will be negative 10, obvious, because the class interval is 5. The next one is negative 5. Once you have done one, the others you need just to add and continue like that. Right? The next one is the frequency. The frequency you copy here. This is 12, 14, 24, 15, 8, and 7. Because we are required to find the upper quantile, the lower quantile is there, then you must have the cumulative frequency. The median, we need the median, then you must have the cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency. So the cumulative frequency, you start with the first frequency, which is 12, and then 12, you add the second frequency. So 12 plus this is going to be 26. 26 plus 24 is 50. 50 plus is going to be 65. 65 plus 8 is 73. 73 plus this is going to be 80. So the total cumulative frequency should be the same as the total number of branches. Total frequency should be the same. That one is be sure, right? The next, ft. We have our t and we have f. So we multiply t times f. 12 times 15, you get negative 180. This one is negative 140. 140. Negative 140, negative 120. T times f is negative 120. And then 0, because t times f here is 0. And then 5 times this is 40. 3 times this is 70. ft square. So you square t. So t square is 255. 255 times frequency. That is 2700. So you do like that using your calculator to save time. Fine. So now we need to get the summation. So we have summation ft square. Summation ft square ni kuongeza hizi zote mpaka hapa. Hiyo itakupea 56,600. Summation ft itakuwa ni negative 330. Then we have summation f, hiyo ni 80. Summation f, hiyo ni 80. That is all we need. Now let's go to answer the question using this the mean. Kumbuka, we have used assumed mean, therefore now the mean is given by A standing for the assumed mean plus summation ft, we divide the summation f. That one will give us, so our A was 169, the assumed mean, plus summation, which is negative 330. You divide by the total, which is 80. So this one will give us 169 minus, because a negative, if you divide by negative times positive is negative, minus 4.125. And the answer for the mean is going to be 164.875. Right? Very good. The median. How do you calculate the median? You know the formula. Median, L is equal to, L, not median, is equal to L plus, you open bracket, N over 2 minus C, you close the bracket, I over F. What is L? Lower limit in the median class. N is the total frequency, you divide by 2. So first we need to know where our N is. So you start somewhere here and you write that 80 is 80. So divide by 2, so it is 40. So our median class is 40. So you come to the cumulative frequency, you check for the cumulative frequency where we have the cumulative frequency 40. Now we don't have 40. You see that? Since we don't have 40, that meaning that our median class lies between 40 and 50. So it is here. So you come, our median class is 162, 169, 166. Then the lower limit in this class, median class, is 161, right? 0.5, 161.5. So that's the lower limit. So that's L. Our L is 161.5 plus, you open bracket, N is 80. 80 divided by 2 is 40 minus C. What is the C? C is the cumulative frequency above. So our median class, tumesema ni hii, this is our median class. This is our median class. So the cumulative frequency above our median class ni 26. Hiyo ndio inaitwa C, which is 26. You close the bracket, divide by F. F is the median in that class. Median in that class. The median in that class is the class is here, the median, the frequency, sorry, the frequency in the class is 24. So you divide by 24 and then times I. I is the class interval. Our class interval require 5 times 5. So then now this is 161.5 plus you do this, you divide by this and then times 5, you get the answer as 2.9167, and then now the median is 164.42, and that is our median, 164.42. The upper quantile. The upper quantile, we have the lower quantile Q. We have Q3 and Q1. Q2 is the median, ndio hii tumefanya. Q2 is the median tumefanya. Q1 is the lower quantile. Q3 is the upper quantile. So the upper quantile is gotten by 3 over 4n. Median ndio tumefanya 1 over 2n. The lower quantile is 1 over 4n. So tumeambiwa upper quantile. So upper quantile will be 3 over 4 times n over 80. So this goes here once, here twice, 20. So it is going to be 60. So 60 is our, this one, the frequency, where the cumulative frequency is 60 will give us the upper quantile class. So we come here, so it is 60. We look at 60. Where do we have 60 here in the cumulative frequency? Where we have 60, that's where we are. So you can see we don't have 60, but 60 lies between 50 and 65. So it is in this class. So this is Q3. This was Q2. Q2 is the median. So Q3 is found in this class. So the class interval, not the class interval, but the median, the quantile class is 169, 171. Tuko pamoja? Yes. So what now? What the formula is the same as this one. So we are going to have L plus, not now n, but 3 over 4n minus C over frequency times I, right? Tofauti ni kwamba the upper quantile inapatikana kwa 3 over 4n. Median inapatikana kwa half n. And the lower inapatikana kwa 1 over 4n. So, therefore now we continue. Our L, we come here. So our hours is found in 60. Tunakuja kwa table. Tunaenda mahali kuna 60 kwa cumulative frequency 60 iko kwa 65. Kwa hivyo unarudi hapa. So our lower lower limit is 166.5. So our L is 166.5. Then plus 3 over 4 times 80 minus, actually this one is 60, minus the C. Our C, our class is here. C is the above, the cumulative frequency above the class. Cumulative, our class is here Q3, above 50. You subtract 50 and then divide by the cumulative the frequency in that class. The frequency in the class is 15. The frequency in the class is 15. Then times I is 5. I is the class interval. So this one is 66.5 plus this is 60 minus 5 minus 50 is 10 over 15 times 5. And this one will give us 166.5. We add 3 point, it is going to be 3.333, and the answer is 169.83. And that is the upper quantile. The upper quantile. Right? Very good. So the next thing is to calculate the standard deviation. Standard deviation. How do you calculate the standard deviation? So to get the standard deviation, first we must get the variance. So variance is given by summation ft square minus summation ft over f summation f, everything here, squared. That one will give us the variance. But we know the standard deviation is the square root of the variance. So once we have the variance, we can get the standard deviation. So here, let us substitute. We had the summation t square is here. Summation t square is here. That is 5600 divided by 8 minus summation ft. We have negative 33 divided by 80, then squared. So this one is going to give us, if you do this, it's going to be 70 minus 17.1015. So you simply need to press your calculator. You see this one is negative. You just put it like this. Negative. You open the bracket. Negative 330. Sorry, 0 over 80. You close the bracket. You close the bracket, then square. You get it is 17 point this. That's why we have decimals here. Yes. So just put it like that. And this one is going to be 52.98. So the variance is 52 point that. But tunajua standard deviation is equal to the square root of variance. So standard deviation is equal to the square root of 52.98, and that is 7.279, and that is it. Now I want to show you how to use the calculator to get the standard deviation, the mean, to confirm. So this is our calculator and this is our data. You come here. In our calculator, make sure your calc is in the SD mode. So how do you put in SD mode? Come onto the mode. You can press mode. Then we have SD. Press 2 to activate the mode SD. You come here, press 2. You press 2. Now you have activated the mode SD. Are you seeing? Make sure your calculator is written up there SD. Now our calculator is in statistics mode. So we are going to use the X and the frequency only. So the first X is 154. You press 154, shift, and then this comma here. The comma which is here. Imepotea lakini kuna comma inakoanga hapa. Ukifinya ambayo inaleta hii comma. Sasa kunaona hiyo iko hapa karibu na hii M. Hii M plus nyuma yake ndio hiyo imepotea, but you can see what I'm doing. And then you put the frequency in that. So the frequency is 12. Once you have done that, you press M plus, means you add it to the memory. So N is equal to 12. That means the first frequency. You repeat the same up to the end. So next is 154, 159, shift, comma, you put the frequency. The frequency is 14. You M plus. Yes. You go to the after 26. You go to next. You write the one text is 164. Shift, comma, you put the frequency 24. The frequency is 24. You add it to the memory. Next is 169. Shift, comma, the frequency is 15. You add it to the memory. Next is 174. 174. Shift, comma, this comma here, and then the frequency is 8. You add it to the memory. Then lastly is 179, shift, comma, the frequency is 7. You add to the memory, and then you add to the memory. You see, after finishing, the total frequency should be 80, and it should be 80. It should match. That means you have entered the correct data. In case you enter wrong data, you need to reset the whole thing and then go to SD. Don't repeat without resetting because it will add it to the memory. You reset. That is the important information. So next now, we can now check our, so you press shift, and then 1 gives you summation x square. That one, wakati hatujatumia mean, tungefinya hapa tuweke equal, inatupea the total, but hatukutumia hiyo, so there's no need there. So 1, 2, so the first n gives us the total frequencies. If you place 3 and then equal sign, it should give you 80. Next, shift 1 again, x, summation x, wakati hatujatumia mean, if you press 2 itakupea summation x. So ukiongeza hizi zote 154 hizi zote, it will give you that summation x. This summation x times frequency, I guess. Yeah. Now next, my interest is here, shift 2. This one, the first one is the mean. Oh, inaendelea. So this is the mean. The first one is the mean. So if you press 1 equal sign, it will give you 164.87, and that is what we had. 164.875, and that is what we have here. Next, we want to check for the standard deviation. Press 1, press shift, and then 2. This, the second one, is the standard deviation we want. You press 2 equal sign, and it gives you 7.27, and that is what we add here. That's what we have here, 7 point this. So you compare, it is the same, 7 point that. Thank you. That's how you use a calculator to confirm your workings. Welcome today. Let us look at taxable income, the reverse process. The table below shows tax rates. The table below shows tax rates. Income tax per month in Kenya pounds. So here it is in Kenya pounds. So this one is in Kenya pounds, and this one is in Kenya shillings. Kenya shillings. So first, unafaa kuangalia table, is it per month or per annum? This table is per month. Hiyo ndio kitu ya kwanza unafaa understand. So, and this money is in Kenya pounds. So Mr. Msango earned a basic salary of Kenya shillings, X, and a house allowance of shilling 300 per month. He claimed a tax relief of 455 per month. He paid shilling 1794 as tax income, as the income tax per month. Calculate his basic salary in shillings per month. I want to let you know that income tax is equal to pay as you earn. Is equal to pay. You need to be aware of that. So now we start here. We have been given taxable income. We have been given income tax, ama pay.
But how do we get payee? We know that payee income tax is equal to is the same as pay is equal to gross tax minus relief. Pay, this is the same as pay, is equal to gross tax minus relief. That's what we know. So pay ndio tumepewa, amelipa 1794 per month. So 1794 is equal, hapa kitu tunataka ni gross tax ndio tujue tax yenye ilitumika kwa hizi bands. Hapa wakati alikuwa anafanya tax hapa gross tax ilikuwa ngapi? GT ilikuwa ngapi? Hiyo ndio tunataka kutafuta. So already from the pay we can get the gross tax first. So 19 will be gross tax GT minus relief, and relief was 455 per month. So to find this one, you take this on this side. So GT gross tax is equal to 1794 plus 455, and our gross tax is equal to 2,049 shillings per month. Now tumepata what we call the gross tax. Sasa tunarudi kwa table, tunafanya taxation. Tukishafanya taxation, tunaangalia tufanye tax, because lengo letu sasa ni kutafuta taxable income. Taxable income ndio hatuna. So let's go back to our table. The first slab, the first band ni 325. So 325 times 2 will be equal to 650. And this one is in Kenya shillings. And this is taxable income. This is taxable income. Next one, unafanya the difference. 650 minus 325 itakuwa 325. The next one ni this minus this. So this one will be 325 times the next one is 3, and this one will give us 975. Now if you try to go to the next band, if you go to the next one times 4, you realize that this amount of money, this is our gross tax, this is our GT, will go beyond our total. So kwa hivyo hatutaenda next slab. So tunaongeza hii kwanza tuone, next slab tunaenda for the remaining yenye imebaki. So this one is 5, 12, 16. Ukienda next slab itaenda beyond 2249 yenye tulikuwa nayo. Now the remainder is 2249 minus 1625, which is the remaining is 624. Sasa hii ndio tax yenye imebaki. This is the tax. So tunataka kujua ni how much amount yenye ilitupea hii tax. So x times 4, that is the next slab, will give us 624. So now this is 4x is equal to 624 divided by 4. So x is equal to 156. And this one is Kenya pounds. Remember, whatever we have here on the left side is in Kenya pounds. 325 is in Kenya pounds because our table was in Kenya pounds. Remember that. Now let us get the total taxable income. Total taxable income is simple. Now we are going to add. Now taxable income is equal to 325 plus, that is this one. We add this plus our x plus 325 plus 156. And this one will be our taxable income will be 806 Kenya pounds. But the question was asking us to get the basic salary. Remember, the question is asking basic salary in shillings. So let us convert this amount into Kenya shillings. So 806 times 20 will give us the money in Kenya shillings. And this one will be 16,120 shillings. Lakini tunajua kwamba taxable income is equal to basic salary plus allowances. Taxable income is equal to basic salary plus allowances. That is what we know. Taxable income, which is 16,120, is equal to basic salary plus allowances. Allowances tulikuwa tumepewa, you go back to the question. Allowances tulikuwa tumepewa, alikuwa amepewa 3,000. Allowances of shilling 3,000 per month. So we add plus 3,000. This one will give us this one taxable income. So to get the basic salary now, we like times together. So basic salary is equal to 16,120 minus 3,000. Why this number is not working? So this one will be shillings 13,120. Hiyo ni basic salary. That is our basic salary, na tumemaliza our 6 marks namna hiyo. So hii ndio inaitwa reverse because hatukuwa na basic salary, hatukuwa na taxable income. Tumefanya from gross tax, from pay we go to tax. From pay we have come to gross tax. From gross tax now we come back to taxable income. Hiyo ndio inaitwa reverse. Other deductions include WS, which pays this, NHIF, monthly deduction of the basic salary. Calculate total deduction. So total deductions will be now WCSP plus NHIF plus 2% of the basic salary, and then plus pay. All of these are called deductions. So this one is 100 plus 280 plus 2 over 100 times basic salary, which is 13,120, plus pay. Our pay tumepata hapa ilikuwa 1794. So now total will be Kenya shillings. Total deductions will be Kenya shillings 24,36.4. That is the total deductions. Now net income. The next question is calculate Mr. Msango's net income. Net income is also called net salary. And this one is equal to taxable income minus all deductions. taxable income minus all deductions. So our taxable income ilikuwa 16 120. You subtract all deductions, which is amounting to 24 36.40, and now the net salary will be Kenya shillings 13 683.60. Very nice. So that is how you do the reverse process. Let me do one more example for understanding. Taxable be the table below shows monthly income tax rates for a certain year. So this is the rate. The first thing unaangalia ni the table. Look at the table. So we have monthly income tax in Kenya shillings. This one is in Kenya shillings. In Kenya shillings, tax rate percentage. So remember that percentage. In the month of February of that year, Jaden paid a net tax. Net tax is equal to net income is equal to pay. So he paid 19,760. He was given house allowance of 14 and a commuter allowance of 8,000. Jaden was also entitled to a personal relief of 13,000 per month, insurance relief rate for 15% of premium paid. Each month, he paid a monthly premium of 4,000 towards his life insurance policy. Calculate the gross tax per month. Gross tax. So gross tax hakuna mtu atakwambia this one walipeana, lakini unafaa kujua ukishapewa pay, kitu ya kwanza utatafuta ni gross tax, ndio utumie hiyo gross tax kwa table kufind the taxable income. So let us find taxable income. The gross tax. Gross tax, this one is equal to, actually is equal to pay, which is also called net tax, minus reliefs. Hapa anapewa reliefs mbili. So this one is equal to pay, which is 13,500. We are going to add, because now to get gross tax, we are going to add. Okay, let me. I think hapa nimekosea. We know that gross tax is equal to pay or net tax plus reliefs. Yeah, because when we have pay is equal to gross tax minus relief. Kwa hivyo tukichange inakuwa hivi, gross tax plus relief. Gross tax plus reliefs. Hapa reliefs tuko nayo, so this one will be pay, that is 19,760 plus 13,500, 1350 plus 15% of 100 times premiums, which is 4,000. So this one will give us a total of gross tax will be 21,710 shillings. and this one is per month. Per month. This one is per month because hii yote tumefanya ilikuwa monthly. Taxable income per month. Now what we want to calculate the taxable income, we are going to use our table. The first slab up to 9680, so we will start with there 9680 times 10 over 100, we get the tax. So we start with the first slab where we have 9680 times 10 over 100, and this one will be 968. Remember, this is the taxable income, and this is the tax. Hiyo ndio kitu watu inasumbua watu. Ya kwanza ni taxable income. Ya pili ni tax yenye atalipa. Tukiongeza ndio tunapata gross tax. So next you subtract. To go to the next slab, you subtract 18,800 minus 9680, which will give you 91,120. 91,120. So 91,120 times the next slab is 15 over 100. 100 because it is in percentage form. This is 1368. Next slab is 91,20 times 20 over 100, which is equal to 1824. Sasa ni nini tunafanya? Tunaenda tunafanya hii tax tukiconsider this amount isipite hii, lakini ukiangalia 1000 baada haijafika hata 10,000. Kwa hivyo inamaanisha tunaenda to the next slab. So hii tutafanya to the last one, over peke yake ndio tunaenda kupakisha, kwa sababu unaona hii pesa ni the tax hapa ni kidogo, na total tax yenye alipa gross tax ni 21,000. Kwa hivyo hii inakuwa kidogo. Next one, so tunaendelea 9120 times 25 over 100. The answer is going to be 18,22,8. Sasa tunaongeza hii kwa sababu tumefika mwisho wa tax yetu, tumefika the last, tumefika hapa. Sasa tukishafika hapa, hiyo ingine yenye inabaki tunaenda kufanya over. So get the total. If you add everything here, you are going to get a total of 64,40. So naona hii tax yetu haikufika hata 10,000. Now next is to find it what is remaining. Total gross tax ilikuwa 21,710, lakini yenye tumepata ni 64,40. So what is remaining is 15,727. Now next, ukisubtract unapata ni 15,270. Now tunataka kujua what amount yenye ilipeana hii tax, amount of money that yenye, so x times next slab ilikuwa 30 kwa sababu hiyo ndio over 30 over 100 will give us 15,270. So this is the same as 30 times x, itakuwa 30x over 100 is equal to 15,270. So we want x, we can multiply times 100 divided by 30, na hiyo inatupea 5,900. So 5,900 hiyo ni taxable income kwa sababu iko on this side, our x is in this side, We are looking for the x hii side. Unaona x iko hapa. Kwa hivyo hiyo ni taxable income. Now tunataka kutafuta total taxable income. Now total taxable income is equal to 50,900 plus tunaongeza this plus this plus this plus this, which will total up to 37,040. So our total taxable income will be Kenya shillings 87,940. 87,940. So that is the taxable income per month. So basic salary. Calculate the basic salary. Basic salary actually is equal to taxable income minus allowances. Which is 87, which is 87,940 minus electricity imepotea, so wacha nikae tu kwa giza. 87,940 minus allowances. Allowances tulikuwa na 4,000 na 8,000. And this one will be Kenya shillings 65. So basic salary ni 65,940. Hiyo ndio basic salary. In the month of March, the same year, Jaden received additional earnings given that he paid 25% more net tax that month. Calculate a percentage increase in his earnings. So we can first get the increase in the net tax. Ilikuwa increase. So increase in pay will be equal to 25. Tunaenda to direct 25 over yenye increase times 19 yenye ilikuwa initial 760. So itakuwa ni 49,40. Sasa hii ndio pesa itakuwa in excess. So tunaenda to the last slab na kutafuta the amount which yenye itatupea hii pesa. So the amount which will give us this money ndio in excess. So to the next slab tunaenda x times the last slab which is that of 100 will give us 49,40. So x itakuwa ni 49,40 times 100 divided by 30. Na hii inatupea 16,466.67. So the total at the percent, this one with the amount itakuwa increase by this. So this is the amount which will increase. Now tunataka percentage. Percentage is this over the original, which is 16,466.67 over the original amount ilikuwa 8. The original taxable income ilikuwa 87,940. 87,940 times 100 na hiyo inakupea 18.72%. Can share to as many people as you can. Subscribe also.